Okay, well today I wanted to give you guys a quick review on Zev triggers. I have a Zev trigger installed here on my Glock 19 for home defense, as well as a Zev trigger installed here on my Glock 43X. Zev triggers are actually probably my number one favorite aftermarket trigger that I have tried. Now I admit that I have not tried all aftermarket triggers out there to try, but I've tried a lot of them. And as far as having a crisp trigger, I want to make sure that we're very clear on what a crisp trigger is. When you look at your trigger, there's a few different stages. First, it's the take up. Take up, take up, take up. Oh, guess what? There's no take up. With many Zev triggers, there's no take up. It's just a wall. Boom. Reset. Tiny little reset. Tiny reset. And then there's no squish. There's no squish at all. Zev triggers are by far some of the crispiest triggers I have ever used. That is what I love. When you put your finger on the trigger, you are ready to fire. The reset is also so crisp, so clear, so definitive that your finger essentially doesn't even travel far. So Zev triggers to me are the best when it comes to crispiness, if you will. Now, as much as I love crisp triggers, when I come across a firearm that is as flawless as can be, say my first Glock 43X, I don't mess around with anything. If I'm pretty happy with everything, such as I am with this firearm, and if it's operated flawlessly, I don't want to mess with reliability. So this 43X still has the stock trigger in it, but I'm happy with the stock trigger. I'm okay with it. Now on something like my Gen 5 Glock 19 that is set up for home defense, because it's a full size, I prefer having a trigger without a lot of play. Something that is very crisp and very concise, especially because it's a full size, and the way that I wrap my hands around a full size, I want the least amount of travel and squish in my finger. In closing today, I wanted to let you know that if you're looking for an aftermarket trigger kit that is very crisp and clean and definitive and concise, I strongly recommend the Zev trigger kits. I've been very pleased with them, and honestly, I'd be happy putting them in all of my guns if I could afford it. Again, can't go wrong with the Zev trigger kit if you're looking. I'm Coach Hardgains. This is Savior the Second. I'll see you in the next video.